Hi, hello, we are back. I am back. We are back. Happy Thursday. I I thought I just felt called to come on and talk about gratitude and your breath and the basics, really. Um, that's sort of where I started with on my sober journey. So I that was gratitude was a massive part of my um, journey at the beginning. That was like one of the first things that I implemented into my like routine. I downloaded an app. Um, the book. It's The Secret, but the app's actually called the Super app, and it's got like different tabs in there and stuff, and that one of them was like gratitude. So it was just a blank page, and it just started with "I am so happy and grateful for blah 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 blah," and then there's like a section for like affirmations and things like that. So that's another thing. Like but I think it's like 10 affirmations that it runs through for you to read through. So that was like a big part. So I just wanted to come on really and talk about gratitude and the effects that it has on an attitude of gratitude, the effects that it has on your brain, and then subsequently your overall life and outlook on life, coupled with the effects that breathing has on your physical body, to try and align the two really, because they're like two really basic things that you can start today, and that I would recommend starting today. So I've got my cup of tea. So no cacao today because I had it this afternoon when I got in, and I like meditated this afternoon, and I just like lay back, like grounded myself a little bit, and fell asleep. I mean, I was only asleep for like half an hour, but I was literally like on my, because I've got a meditation cushion. I was on my meditation cushion and just lay back, and it was like that. But then I woke up, I was like, oh, like shit, what happened there? But must have needed it. I was up early this morning, out for exams, so, and then the gym, and then like I had some food and stuff when I got home, and so yeah, like a mix between brain stuff and like physical stuff. So yeah, gratitude and attitude of gratitude, and there is like lots of science behind gratitude. Also, just before I get into it, apologies in advance for the state of the air. I mentioned on my last video that I'm in the process of growing it at the minute, so it's just very much like wild. Um, so yeah, I might be like messing with it a lot on that, but do you know what? It just is what it is, isn't it? So it is what it is. So yeah, got my cup of tea. It's a what it actually is it? Masala chai, I think it's called. Um, like black tea, cinnamon, anise, whatever they are, cloves, and it's really nice actually. So yeah, I thought I'd have a little cuppa with you. So yeah, anyway, got to bloody go off all the time, don't I? So yeah, gratitude. So there's loads of science behind the effects that gratitude has on your mental health and your overall well-being, your thought processes and things like that. It sometimes it's hard to be grateful. Like I get it. Sometimes you have shit days. Everyone has shit days, and if you wouldn't be human if you didn't have shit days. And it's not about love and light all the time, but by being or trying to be consistent at least with, you know, a couple of things that you're grateful for in the morning. So starting your day with that positive mindset's like reprogramming your mind before you've even like gone into your phone, got a social media, whatever, before you've started like processing what you've got to do for the day, or things that might be playing on your mind from the night before if you haven't let those go, or like process those, or the week before, whatever. It's that first instant sort of like rewiring of your brain in the morning to just be like, right, boom, and you start to like rewire the neural pathways. Is that the right thing? Like, it starts to rewire your neural pathways like over time, but even like instantly. And you'll notice that even if you can choose like a minimum of 3 things that you're grateful for in the morning, either write it down or download the super app, like put it onto there. And then the same again at night time. Like, are you grateful for anything that's happened in the day? Are you grateful for yourself? So when I started doing it, like, I'd a look back now, and like obviously I stopped drinking is like that catalyst moment. Like, I was in quite a shit place, like mentally, like I was in a shit environment, and I knew that I had to take back control for myself, and like start to rewind my things. So anyway, and I look back on the things that I was grateful for, and even some days when I didn't feel like doing it, I made sure that I was consistent with it every morning. And it is like, I'm grateful for my eyes. I am so happy and grateful for a new day. I am so happy and grateful for my hands to be able to write. I am so happy and grateful for the sun. I'm so happy and grateful for air. Just like really basic things. And then as time went on, and I started by being consistent and doing it every day, you like I say, you're reprogramming your mindset slowly but surely. And you can see like the progression of it, and it's like it gets to the point where it's like, I am so happy and grateful for blah 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 blah, and this and this and this, and that just like puts out there that vibration, because we're all just frequencies, aren't we? We're all vibrations in the nation. So yeah, it brings about like an automatic feeling of contentment. It like makes you feel a little bit happier because you're focusing your mind on the good things. Like, even if it's the basics, like the basics are the best things like to focus on. It like promotes, I suppose it like promotes like kindness to things, kindness to the world around you, but ultimately also kindness to yourself, because you're giving yourself that time, and you're giving yourself that little tiny bit of effort in the morning and at night time that says like, I want to make a change. I want to feel better. So you're saying that to yourself by taking that time and, sort of changing a negative thought to, oh, I've got to do this, or we've got to do that, or I need to do this, or I need to do that, or feel like this, and da da da. You fill in your brain with, or you like essence with things that you're happy and grateful for, and it's really, really important, I think. And that's also like an element of mindfulness as well. Do you know what I mean? Because you're mindful in that moment, you're present in that moment, because you're thinking, you're just sort of with yourself, and you're thinking, what am I grateful for? So aside from everything else that's going on in your world, you've got that piece of time where you just like be a little bit kinder to yourself, a little bit kinder to the outside world. Like, as you move through it, like, I'd absolutely say get in front of the mirror work is banging. And it's uncomfortable at first because we're not used to saying nice things to ourselves, are we? Otherwise, there wouldn't be an issue with mental health in society and stuff. So like sitting in front of a mirror or standing in front of the mirror, like if you're brushing your teeth or whatever, and you just sort of like, I love you, you look beautiful today, or, you know, you're really kind, you know, saying things like that. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful, body. I'm so grateful, eyes, to be able to actually see myself in the mirror. So yeah, it promotes a whole host of good feels. And like I say, there's loads of science behind it, what like shows that it does, it like starts to rewire and like connect pathways that aren't, you know, that are sort of like, I don't like saying broken, but you know, that aren't connecting like efficiently anyway, or whatever. And like I said before, like, because we're all frequency, we're all vibration, what you feed into your energy, what you feed into your field, it radiates out. How you start to feel about yourself and how you feel about other things and just general, like life in general, you radiate that out to other people, and then it magnetizes good things back to you. And like, I do believe that. And when you're in a state of like, like, you get more stuff that comes to you. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think like when you put in that like loving kindness out into the world, that attract, you know, that sort of like attracts it back, more of that back to you, and it's just a nice feeling. Just, it's just nice to be grateful. And then when you, as you build it up and it becomes a consistent part of your life, you find yourself like, there'll be moments where you're just like, oh my god, I feel so grateful for this, and you just like overcome with emotion or whatever. You're just like, oh my god, I'm so grateful for the sun today. It looks so beautiful. And even down to like, I mentioned in my cacao and ketchup vid, I went through a phase of vegetarianism, but like it's switched up. That I've just gone on my own journey with food and stuff, and what's like feeds best for my body, and like taking in information, trying different things, and just being like, right, okay. And it is just a point where my body was calling out for like red meat, and I've always been more of like a chicken girl, more so before I went veggie. And like my body was calling out for like red meat. So one day I just had a piece of steak, and yeah, but there's a whole host of benefits from eating red meat. And eggs. I love an egg. I literally like love an egg. I've got 6 boiled eggs in the kitchen waiting to be peeled from before. I've already had 2 today. So yeah, again, that's all a journey. But I see I've gone off on a tangent again. But what my point is that I actually sit there now and I'm like, thank you for the earth, like Mother Earth. Thank you for providing the conditions to grow like plants and grass for animals to eat, and you know, for us to live off our bodies, and then subsequently that comes back around to you. Thank you to the cow. Thank you. You might be thinking that, is she all right? But honestly, it's so lovely. So I'm like, thank you for the cow that has given its life to put nutrition onto my plate and into my body and things like that. So yeah, you just find yourself like being grateful for like all sorts. It's just a natural way of being, really. And it's just like so worth it. Like, give it a try. I might do, if I don't want to waffle on too much, I'm conscious of the time, but I'd like to just do a little exercise with you tonight before, you know, just to sort of bring you into that place, so we can connect our breath and bring ourselves into just a state of, again, peace, mindfulness, presence in this moment. So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about breathing as well, and like breathing properly. So again, the basics. So we tend to breathe we think like obviously our lungs are here, but we think that like we just breathe from here. But to get the full benefits of your breath, like, and the goodness that it can feed your body from like top to toe, and it even like reconditions your lungs, really opening up your lungs from top to bottom. It's called like diaphragmatic breathing, and it like I always leave my sessions in this way, and you'll get to see that as I do like little bits of breath work and stuff with you all. But I always say, like, find yourself a comfortable position, either lying down, sat up straight, whatever, because some people find capacity of the lungs a little bit better in certain positions, and it's whatever's right for you. Again, like, everybody's different, which is the beauty of it all. And I just say, like, close your eyes down and just connect in with your breath. Like, it's not just a saying, that it like really is about connecting into your breath and feeling, being conscious of when you're inhaling, feeling your tummy inflating outwards. So you're almost drawing the air up right from the base of your tongue, and you're opening up your tummy. You're sort of like opening up like a balloon, and you're drawing the air up all the way up to the top. And on your exhale, you're releasing everything out of your body. So you're letting it all go, and you're almost like drawing everything in, drawing you like your belly button to your spine, if you like. Inhale, belly rise. Exhale, belly fall. And that is a really, really great way. And I always say that that's how you breathe properly, really. But there are reasons why you do chest breathe, and maybe that's why as a society we do tend to just breathe from our chest, because when you're just breathing from your chest, you're almost in like fight or flight, in your sympathetic sort of state, if you like. So everything else, like all the functions of everything else, like diminish down, and it all just like draws into your chest because you're in survival mode. So it's almost like you call it, your nervous system is like autonomy. It's autonomic, so it's like involuntary. So it just goes, it moves as and when it is like sensing danger or is relaxed. It moves in line with that. And again, that's something like more from a spiritual perspective. I say your subconscious mind stores everything from the point that from when you're born. So it stores all events, emotions, experiences, things like that, and how it's been dealt with in the past. So when I say about unlearning everything that you've been taught about yourself or that you feel about yourself, it's some part of your subconscious that's sort of attached to certain reactions, which kicks in your nervous system, either into your sympathetic or your parasympathetic. Like there's two sides to it, and it's sort of like one or the other kicks in more so than the other, and that's when you can become out of balance. So when you're unlearning things and you're healing, you're feeling, you breathe, feel, heal, it legit is that, because when you're allowing things to come up and you're doing the inner work, inner child work, whatever, doing the mirror work, things like that, really doing like diving inwards, both when it doesn't feel so good and also when it feels amazing, like you are literally like rewiring your subconscious, and your breath is directly connected to that. So not only does your nervous system regulate your physical body, either your parasympathetic or your sympathetic, you're also using it to tap into your subconscious so that you can help to rewire that, if that makes sense. And there's also, it's like it's and I have to be careful what I say, because I'm not a doctor or anything like that, and I don't know. I just know and I feel that we have the ability to heal like ailments within our bodies, heal dis-ease, or prevent dis-ease within the body, because again it comes back to the nervous system, which is directly it directly regulates your physical body. So even though you can't see your nervous system, it's like I say, it's involuntary, so it regulates your internal organs, your soft organs, your heart, your blood vessels, things like that. So if you're too much of one or the other, you're in that. So when you're in sympathetic state, it's very much like that fight or flight, that freeze. It's like the blood, where you're breathing from here, and the blood can't physically get to the other parts of your body because it needs to feed all of this to survive. So it starts to impact other things. So you're not fully allowing the full flow of blood and nutrients, oxygen through your body if you're always in that sympathetic state of fight or flight. And the same on the other side. So your parasympathetic is like your sort of like the opposite to being like in constant go mode, like ego. Not, I don't like, yeah, like ego. When you're in parasympathetic mode, you're on the other side of that, so you're very much in like rest and digest. When you can activate your parasympathetic system, it helps to balance out that fight or flight, to relax your body, to relax your physical body, to allow when you are breathing and you're moving, you're allowing that full flow of blood throughout your body, that full flow of nutrients to feed all parts of your body. So you're sort of like restoring, regenerating things by tapping into your breath, because you're relaxing down your mind, you're relaxing down your body into a state of stillness. But then you can sort of be a little bit too much in that chill vibe. And I've been there, do you know what I mean? I'm just like, I just want to be in this forever, do you know, just like, which is nice. But I think like in Sanskrit, so in like yogic principles, there's sort of like the similar things. So you have and I'm probably not going to do this justice because of my accent. I'm like not common, but you know what I mean. I've got quite a broad Warrington accent. So you rajas, your Reggies, not your Rajis. That was somewhat off Geordie Shorty, but anyway. So your Rajas is again in Sanskrit signifies you being in that fight or flight. You're in like go mode. You're like ramped up. You know your breath's like your lungs like working thing because you're in that like survival mode. Do you know what I mean? Like you're in action, go, like I've got to, you know. And then tamas, which is the other side of that, which comes in line with your parasympathetic nervous system, is much more of like, they call it like inertia, a state of inertia. So you're almost like you're in slow mode. You're sort of like a little bit resistant to act. You're very much in like chill mode. You could be in like tamas for days. So your rajas and your tamas are similar to your sympathetic and your parasympathetic system. And when you tap into your breath and you use your breath, it helps you to bring into what they call the sattvic state. So sattva is like neutralizing a tip or unbalance of either thing. So you sort of bring yourself into a state of calm, into a state of bliss, and you can use your breath to do that. So ultimately, you know, we'd all like to be able to tap into that sattvic state whenever we want to, you know. And it's that being aware of your own body, your own functions, your own like reactions to things, to know and to become aware of where you're tipping a little bit too much. Are you in fight or flight? Are you in doing mode? You're in like go, where you're not taking the time to balance that out. You're not taking the time to relax and calm and just take a minute to bring the scales back up to balance. Or you're in the other side where you just like, I don't want to do anything. Like, I just want to whatever. It's obviously there's different scales of it, but you're just in that like, you don't want to like act. You don't like want, you just very much like which obviously can come back round full circle and put you back into that thing, because you're like, shit, right, and you've got to then go to make up for the time that you were too much in this. So it's about knowing when you're in either side, or your parasympathetic nervous system or your sympathetic nervous system is in play, and that you'll get to know that as you move through, if you are consistent with things, as you sort of keep coming back to yourself, you keep taking the time for yourself, you keep bringing yourself into the present moment, so that you can actually hear yourself, you can feel and tap into your body. A lot of my meditations, we always do a body scan through, so that we can just literally become aware of our body, right from the base of our feet up, literally all the way through our body up to the top of our head, so that we're starting to build that connection with our physical body, so we can see where there's any areas of physical tension, whether there's any areas of sort of like energetic tension where it might be a little bit heavier, do you know what I mean? And you can then start to like fuse that in together, and you know where you need to take your breath down to, you know where you need to, do you know what I mean? So yeah, so like ultimately, by building the connection between your body, your mind and your breath, that is everything. That is everything. You can bring yourself into that state of peace and bliss in any moment. So you can bring yourself down from being too much, or you can energize yourself up to bringing yourself into that balance, into that sattvic state of calm. Yeah. So again, that helps to like, ultimately take back control of your mental health in any given moment. And the more that you do that, like, you're almost putting yourself into an automatic state of, well, I'm in control here. And you build your confidence in yourself, as I was saying in the last video, like building the confidence in your own reactions, your responses, in a more practical way, or a more, much calmer way. Yeah, went off a bit of tangent then, didn't I? So yeah, I feel like I think it's just all well, it's all connected, isn't it? That's the whole point, it's all connected, isn't it? So yeah, gratitude